Hey guys, we have a great show for you today.
Yeah, boy, let's get it started.
It's who we are.
It's what we do.
It's how we do it.
Get ready.
We are the Journal.
Hi, and welcome back to this week's episode of The Journal. This is Andrew.
And this is the beautiful Nicole.
We have a great show for you today.
Yep, we got some sweet things, mothers, and a movie theater. Doesn't that sound like a perfect date to you?
You want to go on a date with your mom?
No, that's not what I was trying to say.
Anyways, coming up is a story of a painter. But first, let's take a look at the hidden gem.
Don't want to be like one of the big box places. We're different, and we promote ourselves being different. Well, the GEM stands for Georgina Entertainment and Movies. It's very much a community location, meeting point. One of our favorite little sayings is where friends and film meet. Always nice to see at the end of the show, families who haven't seen each other for a while get together. Nice to see you. And good to see the kids having a happy time. We pride ourselves in one thing, and that's our service level. I will put my staff against any other theater staff in Canada.
Another important thing that we have here is the speeches. I don't know if you've heard about that. We have the usher go down to the front, and they do, a few minute speech, just kind of introduce themselves.
Hey, good evening everyone, and welcome to the GEM Theater. My name is Nick Thurgood. I'm going to be the floor manager today. If you guys need any assistance, you can come visit me. I'll be sure to help you out. Just a few announcements before we get started. I don't know if you guys know, but Scary Movie 5 is coming out, and that's going to be coming out on April 12th. We're going to be getting that most likely. As well as Oblivion, which is coming out April 19th. I hope to see you all here for that. As well, we're also getting Iron Man 3 May 3rd, which is supposed to be great. Sum up the trilogy. As well, we do have shows Thursday afternoons at 11 and 1. Those are directed towards seniors and moms, but everyone's welcome. I'd hope to see you all there and enjoy your show.
And it's important to, individualize each customer, right? Like, you're not talking to a group of people, you're talking to each one of them kind of thing, right? So it's important.
Stretching out into the community, absolutely. As a business person, you do have to help within your own community as much as you can. And this is just a nice, fun avenue to make that happen.
Yeah, we have the anniversary in August,
Awesome.
which, that's actually a lot of fun. This year, everyone came in. We do food donations too. So I think we got something like 2 tons worth of food donations for the food pantry, and then, something like 3 truckloads worth, I guess it was. And it was a crazy turnout. We had like little temporary tattoos and like magnets and everything. It was fun.
As far as other things in the community, probably one of the best days, without a doubt, is at the end of the Santa Claus parade. Santa Claus and me are pretty tight. And Santa Claus stops his float right here. It is probably one of the best little parades, and it's really nice at the end of the show. At the end of the parade, they get to meet Santa and have a little visit with him, and there's nothing more funny to watch than a little 5-year-old just thrilled meeting Santa. And of course, it is the real Santa here. Here we are, followed a dream, made it happen. The community was phenomenal support, and that really strived because we had some pretty big hiccups along the way, but we're here, we love it, and we're here for a long stay with deep roots in the community.
I can find calm when things are troubled and shaky in my mind. It's like an imaginary world where you can have like any superpower you want. My name is Diana Portocalides, and I am a painter.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a piece of art is priceless, as I've witnessed in Dinah's personal art studio at her home in Markham, Ontario. Along the way, she let me peek inside the inner workings of her creative mind, only to discover what is left untouched.
I first found that I had an interest in art when I was a teenager, probably around the age of 13, and it started in the form of just like doing little sketches or doodles on scraps of paper. First it would start off as like trying to sketch, I don't know, family members' portrait or pictures of animals I saw in magazines. My art influences my life. It has helped me tremendously to calm down, to be patient with myself. It allows me to express things that I can't normally express. I currently have an exhibition that's on right now. It's at the Gladstone Hotel. I have two pieces on at the Gladstone Hotel. One's called Kitty Grinder. The other one is called If You Find My Soul, I'm Yours Forever. They're both self-portraits. One is got a bunny mask. It's of a little kid, and the other one is like a self-portrait. I'm interested in expressing what is left in the shadows, what is left untouched. It's just something I feel like I'm compelled to do.
Wow, those were great. I really enjoyed the one about the movie theater.
Yeah, I know, me too. It was awesome.
You know, the real hidden gem, though, is in front of me right here.
Oh, thanks. How awkward of you.
You know, Nicole, I was thinking maybe you and I could...
Anyways, let's take a look at some more videos. These ones will satisfy your sweet tooth.
I can satisfy your sweet tooth.
Oh my God.
I have, I guess, technically 3 jobs because I work full-time in a law firm in downtown Toronto. I'm a legal office assistant and a licensing assistant. I handle all of the provincial licenses for insurance agents. I also teach the classes at Michael's, and right now I'm doing that three evenings a week. And then I do cakes on the side for family and friends mostly, and some friends of friends. The favorite cake I ever made is either the one with the teapot or one of the topsy-turvy cakes, because they're a lot of fun. Most frustrating cake I've ever made is probably all of them. Although I think there's one that was a bridal shower cake, and it was a wedding dress, and the entire thing was made out of cake, gum paste, and fondant. And I had a lot of difficulty with that because I work full-time. I had to bring it into work one day on a Thursday, so I was up until about 3:30 in the morning finishing that cake, and then I had to get up again at 6 o'clock to leave for work. So that's probably my most frustrating cake, and it's that frustrating just because of the lack of sleep. I miss a lot of sleep in a usual week because of cakes and cake decorating classes and working full-time. When I'm doing cakes, I've learned over the years how to spread it out a little bit more so that I'm not trying to do it all at once. But I'm a terrible procrastinator, so I often like to leave things to the last minute, and I'll find that I'm up until 2 or 3 in the morning finishing cakes, often on Friday nights for delivery on Saturdays. Sometimes I'm finishing the cake just before I run out the door to deliver it. So yeah, I lose a lot of sleep. I've got a lot of friends at work who ask me to make cakes for them. One of them has turned into an entire family of people who I make cake for, and I have a hard time keeping them all separate. And I remember one day I showed up at someone's house to deliver a cake, and they said, "No, that's my cousin," and that was in Pickering, so I had to drive all the way back to Whitby to deliver the cake. I've always baked from scratch because I actually find that easier than making a box mix, and my mother always baked from scratch. In fact, everything she cooked for us when we were younger came from scratch. She made her own pasta sauces, her own bread, her own cookies, her own cakes. So that's something that I grew up with.
This was my mom's book that she gave to me. This book was printed in 1960 something. See, there's her name right there. And this is my mom's favorite chocolate cake recipe.
My mom was a hobby cake decorator, and she did some cakes for friends and family. I always wanted to learn, but it was something she never got the opportunity to teach me. And eventually she got arthritis in her hands and she couldn't do it anymore. She's been gone 11 years now, and when I lived in Toronto, I didn't have a car, so I had no opportunity to get to any cake decorating classes because there's a lot of stuff you have to take with you, and most of them are pretty far away from where I lived. So I could never take them. So when I moved out here to Oshawa, I decided I was going to take cake decorating lessons, and that's why I started.
My name is Femi Ajala. I'm the operations manager for bulk sugar handling. So I handle the incoming vessels with raw sugar and the tankers that we fill with bulk refined material. Sugar refining really is a series of filtration, purification steps, and it's really similar to just running a basic set of filters. The facility processes about 90 tons of sugar an hour. That's sort of standard for us. Basically, we receive raw sugar from South America and sometimes the Caribbean. One of the first stages is called affination, and what that really is we just take a raw sugar crystal, put it in a bit of molasses, spin it around a little bit, and what that does is it softens the molasses coating that's on the crystal. That's the typical brown color you see in the raw sugars now. We put that through a big centrifugal basket, spin it around a little bit, spray it with some water, and wash off some of that stuff off of it. And then we take that washed sugar, and we just dump it in a tank full of hot water. We melt it out, and we pass it through about 5 different filtration steps. One of them being carbonation, and then we have some decolorization chambers, and that's followed by granular carbon bed, and the granular carbon bed is similar to a Brita filter. And right after that, we take that syrup. It's clear as water, sometimes with a little yellowish tint, which is just a little bit of molasses that's still left in the syrup. And we put that into a big evaporator and remove water until you get crystals back. Those crystals are put in another big basket, just like a washing machine basket, but with fine mesh on the outside. That's spun around, and we get refined white sugar. That comes out, goes into a big tumble dryer. It's dried, and it's put in our silos, and it's ready to be packaged or sold as bulk material.
Oh wow, those cakes look so good. I just want to jump at the screen and bite them.
I know the feeling.
What did you like?
Girl, you know what I like.
How about you introduce these next clips?
I mean, I can introduce you to someone else like
Okay. Let's take a look at these next clips right here before it gets any weirder.
We can do that. I mean, whatever. I mean, I just want...
Some plants add beauty to our homes. Others keep our homes warm. But for some plants, there is a worse fate. The Plant Island of Dr. Moreau!
I'm gonna have to chop this. You're coming off. Say goodbye. Don't touch you there. Bye-bye. Well, making a bonsai is actually different than what most people think. Because most people think that you take a tree and you start it as a seed in this tiny little pot and kind of starve it for 50 years till it only grows small. But the truth is that you try and grow them as strong as possible. So most of the bonsai that you'll see are either collected in the wild when they're old and naturally stunted, or you grow them in a garden and then take them, chop them back, and when they've got a fat trunk on them, because that's what makes them look old, chop them back and then just keep chopping them and holding them and shaping them until they give the illusion of an old tree. Because actually that's what bonsai, and you're supposed to say it as bonsai, which I think sounds stupid, so I don't say it the right way. So it's crass commercialism is really what did it this time around. That and the fact that I like growing things. That, and I had a friend who used to look after, he grew bonsais. He's very, very good at it. But I remember once going over to his house and commenting after a couple of glasses of wine that it kind of reminded me of a plant version of the island of Dr. Moreau, twisted and beaten and melded into somebody else's idea of what they should be. I thought it was really funny. He didn't. Are you dead? Oh, damn it. Do you know what? Oh, I'll be able to. Oh, this part here is dead, but I'm not going to cut it off. I've got a knife. I'm going to peel the bark back. It's called a jin. Jin. It's supposed to look like a naturally dead branch. Oh, I'm naturally dead, I can do that. Well, a lot of people think I'm crazy. Does that answer your question? I don't think it's a deranged thing to do with the plant. You know, it's an art form, actually. And I've spent my whole life looking for an art form that I could actually master, because I'm not really very artistic and I can't draw anything to save my life. But, what the heck? You only live once.
Growing up, I hated my natural hair. I hated how thick it was, especially when it was painful to comb. I hated how tightly curled it was. It always looked short. I wanted flowing long hair like Pocahontas, especially in that scene where she's standing underneath the waterfall and John Smith is looking at her like mesmerized. And her hair is just flowing in the wind and in the water, all nice and like pretty and whatnot. But unfortunately, I wasn't born with that.
Hit it, hit it, hit it.
I always associated long, straight hair as beautiful. I mean, that's how the media portrayed it. I always saw girls my age or older on TV shows and movies and at school even, having very different hair than mine. I remember when I was younger, my dad used to beg my mom to take me to the hair salon and ask the hairdresser to relax my hair. But of course, my mom said no.
When you were younger, your hair was very soft, very manageable, a bit thick, but it was really nice to comb. You begin to dabble in perms and things like that.
In the past, I did experience breakage due to overprocessing my hair. But this time, this was severe. Last year, I decided to go with a bang, to dye my hair red. Okay, I dyed my hair red. But on that note too, adding relaxer to colored hair is a huge no-no. That dries up your hair like your hair would be like a desert basically. And in result, I faced a severe breakage. So I did what I had to do. The only solution I had left. Cut it all off.
I know we have a saying that the woman's hair is a glory, makes a beauty, but to me the beauty comes from inside. And for me, you were my beautiful little girl, so hair or no hair, to me you were beautiful.
So what did you think about these two?
I really like Danny's documentary. I got my own bonsai tree, see? It's so pretty, kind of like a special girl I know.
You know, I really like Shanice's video. You can really tell she was influenced by Chris Rock's documentary. Now, are you going to behave?
Yes, yeah, I will.
Okay, so let's check out this documentary. You know, sorry, Andrew, for hurting you.
That's okay. Daddy like pain.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Warren. I'm 25 years old. I'm a freelance videographer. I'm also a brand director for a company called, a creative agency called Beaumont, and which means beautiful world in French.
The side with diesel daily roll up something evil with a tight hole like your peephole. Then you can't see through this peephole. Only hierarchy when we like that. Please plug in those we do the sequel.
Directing videos has been able to has allowed me to travel to different places, and has allowed me to see the world and soak up culture that I wouldn't be able to here in Toronto. Unfortunately, I didn't graduate high school, and so after high school I was still kind of like, you know, I was wondering what I was going to do with my life. I was going from job to job, and I was still, you know, just unprepared for the future. 3 or 4 years after high school, on my 21st birthday, I directed my first music video. And this is like my first video project, like first official one. And it turned out really great. It turned out really well, and I think, you know, from that it kind of ignited something in me to continue to pursue it. And based off that video, I was able to get my first professional gig with Adidas. And they were really happy with that project. I'm one of the few directors to not go to film school. I didn't go to any film school. I don't have any professional training. Everything is self-taught. My teacher is the internet. You know, I learn from Google. I study YouTube. You know, living in this internet age, everyone has access to information, not only current information, but, you know, stuff from the past, and you're able to dig and find all sorts of things, almost everything. And I wondered to myself, well, if somebody can make this movie, why can't I, right? Or why can't I do something better? So I'm constantly trying to do different things with my video. I'm constantly trying to innovate and experiment with all the projects that I get to do.
No.
Yes, come on, just
No.
a kiss on the cheek.
No.
Something. Give me.
Oh, hi. That was a great dog, wasn't it, Andrew?
I don't know, man. I was just way too distracted by your beauty.
No, co-host.
Girl, I mean, like, I know you want me.
That's all the time we have for today. But join us next week while we have more videos. If you missed any episodes, make sure to join us on Centennial On Demand. Till next week, join us at the Journal. Peace!
Checking for your messages, waiting for the day you come. While I'm running down straight to your heart.